All right, y'all, new video time. Just got a submission back from PSA. I believe it was like 17, 19 cards. I don't really remember. Mostly 90s stuff, a little bit of 80s. Pretty happy with the submission. A few surprises in either direction. You'll see from a couple of these ones inside. Those are surprising, but gonna dig into it, see how we did. And yeah, let's get it going. So, first card we had was 1995 Collector's Choice Michael Jordan Players Club. That got a Gem Mint 10. Hooray for me. Pretty nice card in the 10. I might be asking around like 200 for this. Actually, the last card, the last one of these sold was actually by me for 182, and I guess it was a 2-year high. So pretty happy about that. I might try again, try to get a little bit more at this time, but we will see. Very happy with this 10 on this one. Just like found this in a collection I just opened back up and was like, yo man, this one's looking minty enough. I was pretty sure it was at least gonna get a 9. Got a 10, so there we go. Hit that one with a 10. Hooray for us, guys. Next one, 1992 Stadium Club Jordan. Thought this one was gonna 9. It hit a 9. Just some of the corners were like a little bit too, kissed up for me to really say that this was going to be a 10, but I thought, what the hell, might as well. Enough of a shot where I thought this could sneak through, and if not, you'll be fine because Jordan moves fast and he would break even at this grading fee. So that one, we got a 9, no big deal. Sort of expected it, but always love to see a 10. Next one, 1992 Fleer Jordan number 238. Kind of the same thing going on. I thought this one probably did not have the centering to hit a 9, but it was very borderline, and everything else just looks so pristine that I was like, yo, man, let's give this one a shot. Jordan sells well. The 9 will move quickly, and it will break even at worst if it's not. And if it's a 10, we got a nice card. So threw that one in there, hit a 9, no big deal. Perfectly fine with that one. So there we go. 9 on the 92 for MJ. This one I've been holding on to for a while. 93 Topps Jordan, Gem Mint 10. It's actually a little more valuable than I thought it was. So I'm gonna be listing this one probably like around like 170, 180. I don't know why. Maybe I was just reading things wrong, but a few months ago I decided not to send it in because it looked like it was selling for like 70 or 80 bucks, but I must have been typing something in wrong. Or maybe it jumped back up and all those other ones sold. I don't know, but the supply looks like it's cleared out a little bit. So very happy I held on to this one for a little while and sent it in because, this one, again, another nice Jordan where if you get a 9, you can move it quickly for, a break even. If you hit a 10, you do really nice. So this one, thought it was going to be a 9. Or, I thought this had a pretty good shot at a 10, but you never really know with these. But it hit a 10. So very happy about that one. So there we go. Another 10. Another 10 for us, boys. Hell yeah. This one was very surprising. So this is actually a very, very rare, it's not a parallel, it's from the team set. So the 2006 Topps Brady is actually number 150, and it's a pretty common card. It doesn't go for a whole lot. But this one is, if you see on the back, the only difference is it says NE4 right here. So it's number NE4 Tom Brady from the team set. This is actually a very rare card. So this is a pop 4. This is the 4th one. There is one on eBay. Some guys had it up there for like 2 years asking $1,500. I will not be asking $1,500 for this. The closest thing I can find to this is the number 150, again from the regular Topps set, not the team set that this one is. The gold one is a pop 3, and the last 2 sales of that were 300 and 700. So this will obviously not sell as well as the gold because the gold's gonna have a higher demand, but it's similar supply, similar rarities. So I'm gonna list it probably around 500 and just see what happens and see what kind of offers we get. So it might sell fast, it might sell slow. Maybe someone really wants to put some kind of run together, or is just a huge Brady fan, never sees this, missed out on it last time. I don't know. But this one, very happy with. Thought it was gonna be more like an 8 or a 9 actually, because I thought that one of the corners was just like not quite the best, but the grader, hey, he disagreed with me. He gave it a 10. So very happy about this one. And we will be listing that one soon. So this one actually got a 10. Hooray for us. Oh, excuse me. That's the MJ. My bad. This one got a 10. Hooray for us. 92 Beam Team Shaq. This is another one, thought it was probably going to be a 9 and was figuring we just break even on a nice, cool Shaq parallel rookie, but then, had a good shot at a 10, sent it in. This one came back a 10. So, There's not a ton of these available. People are asking like around $200 for this, so I can come in kind of low and try to move this one quickly. So I think I'll probably list it around like in the 130s somewhere in there and just take offers and see what happens. So they typically sell for maybe like, you know, $75 to $100. So I'll be pretty happy if I get, you know, a number a little bit north of 100 right now. So this is a pretty nice get on this one. So we'll take a 10. Hooray for us. This one, all right, here we go. So this one was, I wouldn't say this is heartbreaking. I was expecting like an 8 or a 9. I thought it had like an outside shot at a 9. This one I bought off a dealer for a little over the raw price because it looked really good. I don't remember exactly what I paid. But you know, after the grading fee, and these go for like 125 to 130, you know, after all the eBay fees, you know, I'll still be making, you know, some money off of this one even in an 8. So that was like kind of why I bought it, because I was like, you know, downside, this is an 8 shot at a 9, and a 9 is like what, $400 or $500, something like that. So I was like, this is worth it. I love it when you buy it off a dealer at a show and they just didn't grade it for some reason, and you just like scoped it and you're like, yo, I want that one. And this one would have felt so good if it was a 9, but you know, an 8 I'm still happy with. We still come out ahead, and you know, it's another shot to interact with a gorgeous 80s Jordan card. The 88 Fleer is one of my favorite sets, so anytime this one comes through the door, I'm always happy about it. So that one would have loved a 9, but got an 8, still totally fine. 92 Fleer again. This one I figured the centering wasn't there, but I just wanted to send this one in for the hell of it. I was thinking of maybe even doing a giveaway with this one, but I forgot to make the video for it. So, but I was like, yo, whatever, man, I'm sending it in anyway. I don't think it's, I don't want to just like put it on. All right, we back. I was on a roll, and then we get technical difficulties, of course. But here we got that 92 Fleer. I was thinking of putting this one in as a giveaway, and I just never got around to making the video because I got lazy, because that happens, because, you know, we all get lazy, especially me sometimes. Sure y'all can relate. But, you know, this one I was like, I'm not just going to throw it back into the box or list it for like $1. I just didn't feel like doing it. So I was like, I'm going to have way more fun just sending it in and seeing whatever the hell happens. So this one came back a 9, totally fine. You know, you love hitting Jordan 10s, but 9s still move fast, and we'll break even on that one, so no big deal. Jordan, oh no, I'm still not looking through the grades. Oh damn. So this one, gotta cover them up now. 94 Finest Jordan. Man, so I actually bought this one off the same dealer that I bought that 88 Fleer, and man, I was pumped again on this one because one, I love early mid 90s pre-Topps Chrome Finest cards, because these are like those original Chrome cards, and they're so creative. 93 Finest is like, you know, one of my grail cards. I would love to own the refractor in a 9 or a 10 someday. We'll settle, I mean, I don't even want to say settle for a 9. A 9 is incredibly expensive and incredibly cool. But if this, so this one I was hoping it would hit a 9. I bought it with enough room on an 8 to like either break even or make a couple bucks. But I was hoping for the 9, and honestly, if this one 9'd, I was probably gonna keep it. It's like, I love Finest Jordan stuff. I PC this all day, and you know, if I don't care what the 9 was gonna cost, like, go, that one's mine. Picked it out of like a dealer box, ungraded, got it graded in a 9. You're like feeling really good, but the 8 is fine. Still gonna list it, probably break even or make a few bucks. I think the back just had like a little too much. You're not gonna be able to see it, but just like a little bit too much going on down here on the edge, and then the corner, if you can kind of make it out, it's just like a little bit kissed too much to be a 9. With all that said, I mean, I've seen stuff like that hit a 9 before, but it's just kind of like, you know, more of a reach than a, you know, it's more of a reach school than a safety school. So we got an 8 on that one. Not unexpected. That is totally fine. Next, another 95 Choice Jordan. This one got a 6. So this is from the same collection. Thought I was getting so good at grading these, so that's 2 out of 2 for 10s now. But this one I hit a 6. So that was kind of like a, oh no, when I saw this one. I don't know what happened on this one. So I'm thinking we're going to make another video, actually along with 2 other cards that I have over here. From a different submission on like what happened, why did I get a 6 on this one. So this one's getting cracked, and I'm actually like, yo, if I was right about this and I'm like, it was no flaw, I'm like, I'm sending this back in, because like I have this sneaking suspicion you're gonna see this. Well, you probably won't be able to see this on here, but you can see if I put it under the light. Okay, right there, see, like right here, that imprinting comes off, like the embossing, that's embossing from the foil right here. And I like, we're gonna find out what really happened. But like, I just like I wondered that like what if a grader just like was lazy or didn't really know enough about these or just like was going too fast one day and was like, oh, there's a dent on the back or like a kind of like a crease-ish indentation on the back and just like marked it down to a 6 because I thought I was pretty thorough on these. I still miss things. Like we all miss things, but I'm like, we're gonna crack this thing because the corners are not a 6, the edges are not a 6, the centering is about the same as the other one. It's like not quite as 10-ish, I guess, as the other one, but I don't even know how they really do. But it's not a 6. They're very close. If the other one was a 10, this would not be a 6 centering. So anyway, we're gonna crack this one, I think, and do a little study on it. And maybe if we're feeling lucky that day, or like, yo, there's no other issues with it on the surface. It's so easy to miss surface stuff, guys. Be so careful with that. Like that's where you should spend most of your time when reviewing this stuff. Is reviewing the surface. But if we're feeling lucky that day, maybe we'll send it back in and do another one on it. So there we go. Next, what do we got? I wrote down the 6. Oh, that's right, 81 Magic. This one got a 9. Okay, I was so amped about this one. This one was another one I bought off a dealer. It was just like so well centered. I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's got to be at least an 8. There's like a little bit of like corner issues here and there that was like maybe not on. But this one was like, okay, my bad. Technical difficulties again, but whatever. We back at it. Yeah, so anyway, finishing this one off, this Magic one is sick. Bought this off of a dealer for like $40. Was like, could be an 8 with some like the corners in the back, but like shot at a 9, and especially with like how good this centering was. Like the centering was borderline 10. I forget if it was like one of the sides was like 44, 56, which would have been a 9 when I picked it up. But like I was like, dude, this one's got a very, very good shot at a 9. The most outside of outside shots to the 10. If this thing 10, it's like a 5-figure card, and I would have like lost my mind if this thing was worth $10,000. But it's not. It's like probably like 500, 600 like that, and a 9, which is incredible and feels even better when you're like, yo, bought this off a dealer. Hell yeah. But I was looking at it, I was like, the centering is just so good. The bottom edge, I doubt you're gonna be able to see this. Maybe if I go like this, you'll be able to see it in reverse. Like the bottom edge is like a little bit too chippy. I don't think you guys can see it. It's gonna be hard to see, but it's like a little bit too chippy. And there's like, just some corner kissing on the back where I was like, it's probably not going to be a 10, but just like the centering was so good that I've seen stuff because of the eye appeal get bumped up. And I was like, there's maybe a shot at this one. Didn't get the 10, but like, how can I complain when I was like bought off a dealer, got a 9 when I was really just hoping for a 9. So like a nice, cool, like $400 or $500 profit. Hooray. Yo, feeling good about this one. There we go. There's the Magic. Got a 9 on that one. Hooray. What's next? Ooh, 85 Topps McGuire. I was pretty sure this was going to be 8. We'll see why. There was really no other grade that made sense on this one. Beautiful card. Gorgeous corners, gorgeous edges. But the centering was just too far off. The top to bottom wasn't great, but then the other problem was that like the this left border, and you can probably, I'm sure it does a little bit on the right too, but like this left border just is uneven. So it's very wide here and very narrow here, if you can tell, or if you can notice that, see it through the screen. So like that was one thing where I was like, it can't 9 with that. Like there's very little chance with that centering that this is gonna be able to 9, but I wanted to send it in anyway because I like this card and I bought a collection and it was in it, and I was kind of like, I was like, I don't want to sell this raw. I just want to get it graded and see what happens and roll the dice to maybe get a 9. But I was like, there's only one grade that makes sense for this, and it was an 8, and it came back an 8. So there we go. Nailed that one. Hooray for me. There we go. 96 Topps Kobe. This one was fun. I was like very excited with this one. Got a 9. So this is part of that actually same collection I bought where I still had a couple cards left over. This one was a resub. So I had sent in a ton of cards in our collection, and I had like 6 Kobe's, and I was like, man, dude, these all look gemmy to me, and they all got like 8s, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like there's no way. I later kind of took a closer look, and I was like, yo, maybe there's some like gloss loss on some of these. But I also thought like, it wasn't the same on all of them. Just like these 96 Topps cards had this very sticky gloss on them. And when these had to be peeled apart a little bit, and I should have been better about checking, But when you got to peel him apart, because this guy, super nice guy, but must just not have been known what he was doing, or ran out of penny sleeves that day, whatever. Was double bagged these Kobe's, these 6 Kobe's within the penny sleeve. So there's 2 in each one. So they just got stuck together and got stuck to the penny sleeve, and they had this kind of like gloss loss damage on them. So the other ones, I was like, all right, that kind of makes sense. But this one, I was like, there's none on it. I was like, there's no gloss loss at all that I can detect on this one. So cracked this one. I was like, I'm definitely resubbing it. So this one felt real good to get a nice resub and get a 9. I mean, centering is perfect. Corners and edges are perfect. Surface on this one had no discernible damage. What could have kept it from being a 10 was, where is it? Here we go. This like blemish was on a few of them, like right there above my fingernail. It's like this kind of like green outline brown like blemish you don't see on all of them. And is that, I actually don't know if that white is on it or inside of it. Like that would be fine to get a 9, but like this one I was like, maybe someone would say eye appeal, but it's on the back and it's kind of subtle. Doesn't really jump that much out at you when you're just like looking at the card. So I was kind of like, eye appeal, probably gonna get a 9 on this one. Would love to get a 10, but 9 I was very happy with and felt real good, because I was like, I think that grader just saw a couple 8s and was like, oh, they're all 8s, because it's a human process and subjectivity is in there. Sometimes, when you're working, you just want to go on your lunch break and you're like, you know what, they're all 8s, I'm sure. Justifiable grades. But guess what? This one's a 9. Hooray for me. I'll be like 150. Next, 93 center stage. Michael Jordan gets a 9. Hell yeah. Bought this again off that same dealer for the raw price. I think I bought this for like $10. I was thinking this is an 8 or a 9. Gorgeous card, paper card. You kind of get a little bit of chipping and corner, smooching on these ones. I thought it had just enough to be a borderline between an 8 and a 9. So I was kind of like, this is like a bit of a 50-50 shot. I think it's on like this corner. I doubt you're going to be able to see it. There's no way. Maybe, I don't know. It's going to be really hard for the camera to focus on it and get a good enough look for you guys. But like there's just like a little, just take my word for it. There's just like a little bit of like kissed corner on these. But I was like, these are like right on the line between 8 or a 9. And if it hits a 9, it's 3 figures, which is nice when you see 3-figure 9s, because a 9 is a much easier grade to detect, to tell what it is and hit than a 10. And if it's an 8, I'm still gonna break even. So this one was just like, hey, send it in, roll the dice, have some fun, and came back a 9. Very excited about that. So that's the 93 number CS1 MJ. These go for about 110 to 120 on eBay. So feeling good about that 9. Hooray. What do we got now? We got a bunch of 86 Leaf McGriffs. We got 6 of these. So I was predicting on these a range of like 8s and 9s. So the 8s you break even on, the 9s go for what, like 80 to 100, something like that. I don't really remember. But it's like somewhere in that range. We'll say 75, 85, 95, something like that. 75 to 100, we'll go with that. So if you're targeting 9s on this, and you hit an 8 and you break even, you're like, oh, fine. If I hit a couple 9s, I did really, really well. So there were 6 of these, in the submission. These were my dad's, actually. So when it was the 1980s, in the middle of all that overprinting and, the junk wax era, which a lot of people say is going on again today, with just a ton of investors in there and way outweighing the number of collectors. Dad bought a bunch of 1986 Leaf McGriffs, not Don Russ, Leaf. So these are far more uncommon, far more rare, and they're therefore obviously much more sought after and expensive. So I was hoping to get mostly 9s, couple 8s, and if we get lucky, hit a 10. The 10s, I've got a Gem Mint Beckett 9.5 Min Gem. And if you go with that like 40% of a PSA 10 min gem rule of thumb, it's about like a $400 or $500 card. So I was like, hey, let's send a few more of these in. There's a little bit of a secret to the centering on some of these. It's kind of funny because this is a diamond shaped card. So PSA, if you have any of these guys, make sure you line up this top corner with that bottom corner. That's how they do the centering. They do not do top left to bottom left. They do top right to bottom left. So here we go. Mint 9 for the first one. Mint 9 for the second one. Mint 9 for the third one. I tell you, man, sometimes I just start seeing 9s or 8s or 10s or whatever, and they just start, never with 10s, so like 9s and 8s, they just start checking them off. That's 2, 3 9s, 4 9s, 5 9s, and a fucking 10. Hell yeah. This 10 last sale was $1,100. There's a $1,300 sale in the last like 6 months. There are none listed, so you can kind of list it for what you want. Super excited about this one. You know, this was something Dad was supposed to be able to cash in on, but you know, he's no longer here. Not to be a sob story on camera, even though this is early in the channel's history, so no one is watching anyway. But you know, it's just like really nice to see that, you know, if he was able to see this, would have been really fun to see the smile and see that investment pay off, because the Bobby Witts did not pay off. The Bobby Witts Sr., yes. The Rafael Palmeiros did not, because he got in all that mess for steroids. God, who are some of the other people? Corey Snyder, Mitch Williams, blah, 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 blah. All these players, like everybody else today. But this one hit, and I'm sure this would pay for everything that he bought and more. And then we have all these other nice McGriffs and a bunch of other cards and a lot of fun memories. So he got me into collecting. This was so much fun, and this one was really, really nice to see. Damn, now I'm talking to myself into making this a PC card. This isn't, we got to sell this one. It's part of the journey we're going to go on, is get rich. Time to get rich, y'all. Damn, now I'm talking myself out of a 4-figure card. No, we're selling it. We're selling it. Selling it. Anyway, that does it for this part of the submission. There we go. This is the biggest card in there. Super excited about that one. Anyway, and then the last couple we got were the ones that did not get graded. So 2 of those ones kind of disappointing. I wanted this. I thought this had a shot at a 10, kind of like the other one, the number 210 from that same set, the 92 Stadium Club. The 92 Club, thought it was going to be a 9 with a shot at a 10, and it came back minimum size requirement. I don't know why. I might resub that one, make another video out of it. Let's roll the dice again, baby. Let's learn something. How consistent are you PSA with this stuff? I didn't even circle these last 2. What am I doing? 9. All right. 10. Yeah. What up? Got that 10. This one I was a little bit disappointed with. I'm going to block off that last card because I think y'all know it's an 86 Fleer of some sort. So I was kind of bummed out about. This is like a 91, is that 91 number 2? 92 Upper Deck Italian International Jordan. These are very uncommon as well. They're not like, there isn't like super high demand for like foreign cards, but just the fact it's a Jordan, it's a hologram, it's gorgeous. They're extremely rare in 10s, and you know, this card is rare, so even the 9 is pretty uncommon. I was hoping for a 9 on this one, and that would have been a big deal. You can kind of charge what you want for a 9. You're not gonna get like $1,000, but you might be able to get close to 3 figures on something like this, and if you get lucky, maybe even hit 3 figures. So would have loved to get that one. Might resubmit this one, even just for fun in a future video, so keep your eyes peeled for this in a future video. But there we go. There's that one. This one I'm very unhappy about. This one, 86 Fleer Ewing. So this is some BS.